guys, welcome to Lala's Kitchenette. I'm Chef Lala, and on this channel, I love to help people elevate their cooking skills. On today's episode, we're making a twist on a pasta alla limone. So here's what you're going to need. I have a pound of pasta. Today we're using angel hair to keep it sort of nice, light, and summery. And we have lemon, Parmesan cheese, butter, cream, and our twist is pistachios. So I have some pasta water boiling over here. I'm going to go ahead and add some salt to our pasta water. And we are going to undercook this pasta by at least a minute because we're going to finish cooking it in our pasta sauce, our alla limone sauce that we're making. So there we go. Got a little dose of salt in there. We'll go ahead and add in our pasta. And I'll go ahead and start a timer for about 3 minutes. For this type of dish, when you finish cooking it in the sauce and you use like pasta water as a thickening agent, you definitely want to be like at least a minute under. So when you're tossing it in the sauce, that will be the final step of the pasta's cooking process. So I have a pan over medium heat, medium high. I'm going to add right about a cup of cream into our warmed pan. And I have shaved the peel off a lemon, just like paper thin shaved, so that there was no white left, because that white part, the pith between the oily part of the skin and the fruit itself, is really bitter. So it's really important to like make sure all that white is gone. So I just shaved this off with a knife. You could use a paring knife. If you're not comfortable with that, you could use a vegetable peeler and just get a small handful of lemon peel, no white. And if you do get some white, just take that peeler to the other side to get the white off. So I'm going to add just a small handful of lemon peel, and we're going to steep that in the base of our sauce here, which is cream. And I'm going to grate 2 cloves of garlic into our sauce over here. This is a super awesome summer pasta dish, which you can add other vegetables or proteins into, and it's just going to be beautiful, simple, amazing. And literally you can have this sauce done by the time your pasta is done cooking, just about. So really quick, you know, when it's hot in the summertime, you don't want to have every piece of equipment in your kitchen on for an extended period of time, you know, this is great. So we got our 2 cloves of garlic, which I just grated in there. And I'm just going to rinse my hands really quick. My hands perpetually smell of garlic, so I guess I got some Sicilian street cred, as they say. Cool. It's starting to bubble just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead, turn this down, and then we can start adding our butter. I have about 4 tablespoons of butter, which I just cubed up into small pieces. We'll add it 1 piece at a time and whisk it in. We want to have like a nice thick sauce. We don't want it to separate. So we'll let that calm down for a second. Of course, salt and pepper into there. We'll add our ground pistachios. I have about 3/4 of a cup of pistachios that I just pulsed in the blender. You could use your food processor, spice grinder. Throw those in there. And then I also have about a 1/4 cup of coarsely crushed pistachios, which will be our topping for garnish when we serve. And we'll just whisk it in there, and we can start to add our butter to our emulsion. And of course, we're not going to serve the lemon peel that we have in here. We're just sort of steeping it in our sauce. And if you want some more lemony flavor on top, I would recommend, you know, taking your microplane and zesting a little lemon on each plate of pasta when it's done. Let this chill out for just a second. Give our pasta a quick stir. And like angel hair is so small and so thin that's why I'm saying, you know, I'm going to do a full minute under, so when we finish cooking it in the sauce, it will still be al dente and not, you know, a mass of starchy mess. So, yep, I put a fair amount of salt in there. to help it not to stick. Make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of your pan. And we got 255 left on that. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And we can start adding our butter to our sauce. Just our lightly bubbling sauce. There we go. Just a lump at a time. We'll let it slowly melt in, get incorporated so our sauce is nice and thick and creamy and not going to separate. And once it's dissolved, add your next lump. And I cut this up and I put it in the fridge so it would stay nice and cold. So you can sort of temper it in slowly. You don't want the oils to start separating before it's incorporated into your sauce, which is why I turned this down to a nice, really light bubble for this part of the process. And yeah, pasta al limone is a pretty popular Southern Italian dish. I'm not using any kind of fancy Sicilian lemons today or anything, but this is something from the Amalfi Coast, where a ton of varieties of amazing lemons have been grown since the Roman Empire, which, they used as medicine. They thought lemon was good for everything, which, is it not? Vitamin C for scurvy, it tastes delicious. Sorrento lemons, I believe, are what they would use in limoncello, which is that boozy summer Italian delight of a drink. Alright, see how it's just melting in really slowly and smoothly? Nothing separating, it's all coming into a nice thickened sauce. Just steeping our lemon peels, our pistachios, and our cream here. And just adding a little bit of butter, one little lump at a time. And we'll be right back when our pasta's done cooking and we're ready to finish. Okay, so I've let all our butter melt into our silky pistachio lemon sauce. The peel steeping in there all nicely. Our pasta is done cooking, so it's time to finish the sauce. I did drain the pasta, but I reserved the cooking water because this will be the final step of thickening our sauce. Time to squeeze our lemon. So this is the lemon that I used the peel from that we have steeping in our sauce. And I have another lemon so we can zest it on top of our finished pasta dish. Sure we're not getting our seeds in there. Beautiful. Scoop out these seeds. This is just like the lightest, airiest, freshest tasting summer pasta dish. And I really like the fact that we're using angel hair because it'll keep it light and not heavy. When it's hot outside, you want a refreshing, summery dinner idea. This is going to be awesome for that. So I'm going to go ahead and add our lemon juice from our lemon into our nice, lightly bubbling al limone sauce. So butter, cream, and of course today we're doing it with crushed pistachios. Got our lemon peels in there, steeping to just impart a really nice, bright lemon flavor to our sauce. And I think we're about ready to go on this. I'm going to go ahead and grate some Parmesan right directly into our sauce over here. So I'm going to turn this up just a smidge. So we're going to set our sauce right now. Block of Parmesan. Dose it with a pretty healthy little grind of Parmesan. This is beautiful. It's just got like the perfect flavor profile. It's cheesy and creamy, but it's also bright and acidic and feels equally good in your stomach as it does in your palate. We'll whisk in our Parmesan. See how it's already starting to thicken our sauce tremendously. And of course, you know, if you cannot have lactose, you could do this with goat's milk and goat's cheese. Or sheep milk and sheep cheese. Sheep's milk cheese. And throw whatever fresh herbs you might like in there. And you have a beautiful, quick, simple, yet luxurious summer dinner dish. So that's coming together just perfect. So it's time to add our pasta to our sauce. And this is my slightly undercooked angel hair pasta because we're going to finish it in our sauce right now. Beautiful. That should do it right there. That's probably about 12 instead of 16 ounces right there of our pasta. Put this to the side for now. And yeah, we're just going to toss this in the sauce, and that's going to be the final step. Those starches will set, thicken the sauce to its final consistency, and then we'll be ready to plate. Look at this. This is amazing. What is not to love about this? And I am going to use some of our reserved pasta water, and I'm just going to loosen it up just a smidge. Because we want this to set, but we want it to still have a nice saucy consistency. This is beautiful. Smells amazing, that like lemony, creamy brightness, and then the toastiness of those nuts, that hint of sweetness, that hint of crunch we have in there. This is amazing. And like I said, your sauce is almost done by the time your pasta is done. So this is really quick and elegant, but simple. What a lovely dish. I'm super excited about this. All right, we've tossed our pasta. Our sauce is nice and thickened. It's clung to the strands of pasta. And it's time, right now, to plate our beautiful pasta dish. All right, grab a plate for this. Move our lemon seeds to the side. Grab a plate and a fork. All right, so you guys are gonna love this. And at this point, you could pick out your lemon peels or pick your lemon peels out before you toss the pasta in your finished sauce. And I do think I will throw a little more zest on top. Beautiful. What is not to love about this? Get more sauciness over here. That is beautiful. I'm going to turn this heat off, remove it from the heat, and I'm going to grab just a smidge more sauce to drizzle on top. And you know, if you want your sauce to be a little thinner, always feel free to add a little bit more of your reserved cooking water to thicken it up. If you wanted it a little bit more on the thicker side, you could add more cream or reduce your sauce further before you add some pasta water to it. Wow, look at that. This is like really something special. So I have some crushed pistachios over here for garnish. They're just toasted crushed pistachios with sea salt. And we'll be sure to put some lemon zest on top. Once again, being careful not to get the white pithy parts, just the yellow, just a whisper. This smells so good. I wish you guys were here. And of course, Parmesan cheese. We don't mess around here. I like to put a little on the plate for when you go through that first layer, you have some more to scoop up with your fork. And cracked pepper. And that should do it for us in this easy pistachio pasta alla limone. What do you think, guys? It's beautiful. It smells amazing. It's very quick. It only takes about 5 ingredients. And wow. If that's not summer on a plate, I don't know what is. Let's see how we did. It smells so good. Like creamy and nutty, lemony. That is awesome. Luxurious, yet bright. And thank you guys for joining me in my tiny kitchen. Peace out. It's Lala.